G'day guys and gals, today we're going to be walking you through Warmy's Paradox Sim. This is mine for reference sake, E2 level 80, potential 4, no mastery points in either skill, there is no module for this archetype, and only 94% trust. So to make this super simple, we are going to go in with skill 1. I've tried this with skill 2, it doesn't really work very well. I mean, maybe if you had it built up to mastery 3, you might be able to get through this simply, but for the most part, skill 1 will get you through this really easily. That said, if this helps you guys out, please consider liking and subscribing. Questions, concerns, throw them in the comments and I will get back to you. We're going to start off by putting Popka here. So we've got 2 guards as our line holders. And Warmy all the way over here on the right so that she has a full 6 tiles of range. Alright, so we are looking for the big enemies that come out of this top entry point. Here is the first one. It comes out nice and early. And anytime these big enemies are clean and in Warmy's range, you are going to use Warmy's skill. So I'll put our healer in here. Nothing will attack Warmy, so Ciruam doesn't need to be here. She can be straight below your defenders. And we're going to use Warmy's skill, and I will fast forward this. So as you guys are going to see, Warmy will start off slow, but she will begin to tear those enemies apart once that elemental damage hits home. So that's what you really need to worry about. So don't worry, don't panic if something starts approaching your line. It's not a big deal. Just keep an eye on that little semicircle, or that whole circle, and you guys will be fine. So here's the bully, another big enemy. And as soon as it gets in Warmy's range, we can use Warmy's skill. Like I said, she'll start off really slow, but as soon as this circle fills out, you'll watch that this bully will just vanish. And that's not dependent on level. That is just a flat 3,000 damage, I believe it is. So don't worry too much about what your Warmy is, because it's just a trait or a mechanic. You won't need to worry about whether she's built up high enough. I mean, you could go in with probably even E2 level 10. Yes, she does need to do damage on these, but you're using guards to hold a line. So, I mean, Savage does a fair bit of damage. Popka doesn't do a lot of damage, but, you know, she can get the job done. Last but not least, we have our last big enemy, which is this Defense Crusher, the Elite Defense Crusher, no less. This guy is going to be a little bit more complicated as far as timing goes, especially if you're using a low-level Warmy, because you will find that we will get a little flood of enemies here. So I'll fast-forward this. Here is this big flood of enemies. And we want to use Popka's skill. You can use Ciruam's skill here, you don't have to. But we want to wait until all these enemies go away, and then use Warmy's skill. So we don't really want her using that elemental hit on anything other than this Elite. And unfortunately, this guy has so much health that he is actually going to soak a lot of that elemental damage. But thankfully, he will continue over to the line and keep burning, and you should hopefully get him down without any drama at all. So I hope that helps out, guys.